What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Elite Suite, and today I'm bringing episode 21 of the Trading to Glory. If you're enjoying this series, be sure to slap a like on it. We are going to be focusing on sniping today because the new marquee matchups has caused cards to skyrocket in price. Now, we just sniped a Ninkovic here for 4,700. That's not too much profit, but it is something. So I'm going to send him to the transfer list. But if you guys do remember, last week when I uploaded a video regarding marquee matchups, I think it was the Chelsea versus Man City was in the thumbnail. That video, I mentioned to pick up some Sydney FC players just in case some of the squad building challenges required players like this. Now, I did not invest a ton, but maybe you guys did. I hope you came through because you'd be making a lot of profit. In terms of the A-League players, I only got 4 Sydney FC players. Now, I do know that it's the Melbourne Derby. It's Melbourne Victory versus City. Sydney FC aren't really in the squad building challenge directly, but you do need Hyundai A-League Gold players, which means the Ninkovic that I got here for 350 is going for probably around 6,500 coins. So we're making a lot of profit on that card. Wilkinson as well, because you still need some silver Hyundai A-League players in the squad. He's going for a few thousand coins. We got him for 150. Kind of the same thing here for Ryle. Not so much Grant, but we're still making profit. But as you can see, that's going for a couple of thousand coins too. So we'll start it off. We got like 10k profit right there. I'm going to sell those cards, and I'm going to see if I can snipe some more of the Ninkovic cards that you just saw at the beginning. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Let's get into episode 21.
And I run around the town and act like I don't care. So when you see me,
the next filter I was trying was the Hyundai A-League, just center mids, no quality filter at all, just put that on any. And I was sniping center mids here, and I got this MARQUEE pretty quickly for 700 coins. Now, every single center mid in the entire league goes for at least 1,000, but this one might go for a little more because he's silver. The ones that are the cheapest are obviously bronze. It looks like this card's going for over 2,000 coins, maybe around 2k, that is. I might list it for like 1,800 here just so I know it sells. That's what I'm going to do here, 1,800. So that one is also working. Now, one thing I do want to check up on is the informs that we've invested in this week and see what the prices are going for, especially for the Stefanelli. So Stefanelli, this card is continuing to rise into the Player of the Month hype. This inform card that I got for 9,800 or less, it looks like, I think we've got 5 of them right now. Now, I did have more earlier in the week, and if you guys missed an episode, that's where they went. We actually sold them and reinvested again, so if you guys are wondering where the other Stefanellis went, that's what happened. But the Stefanelli has actually started rising, and he's not even out of packs yet. He's still in packs. He was going for discard price, and at this point, he is up to about 13,000 coins, and we got him for less than 10k, so since we've got 5 cards, let's assume we got him for like 10k, so that would be 3,000 coin profit after tax we'd be making, and that would add up to 15k already just on 5 Stefanellis, and he could continue rising as Aguero gets more hyped up for the Player of the Month. But contradictory to that, Harry Kane actually hasn't risen too much yet. He did rise a little bit from when we got him. We got him for 270 and 275k, and right now he's going for about 290k. So if we were to sell him for 292k, and we sold both of them for that, after tax, we'd make 7,000 coin profit, which is not what we're looking for. Now, if it comes down to it, we'll take any profit that we can get, but we're really hoping that this card goes over 300,000 coins at least once the card is out of pack. So we're gonna have to wait a couple more days on that. I might sell it Wednesday night, I might sell it Thursday night, not 100% sure yet, but I will let you guys know in the future episodes once I decide. So if you guys get banned for the first time, kinda don't push your limits is what I'm saying, because it's rough being off the market for 6 hours. Now, something I did notice is that you could get on the web app when you got banned, which is completely dumb by EA, because if you're able to get on the web app transfer market but not on the console transfer market, that completely defeats the purpose of banning somebody from the market, because the reason that people get banned from the market is because they don't want bots on the market, you know, and that kind of corrupts the game with coin selling and accounts, you know, automatically generating a ton of coins. But the thing is that bots use the web app. They don't use the console. So the bots using the web app can still use the web app even if they get banned off the console. And it just doesn't make any sense. So as you guys, as I've been ranting on about that, I've actually sniped a couple more cards for a little bit of profit. It's working really well. We've just got another, man. We're just generating coins right now. Another sniping filter for you guys is simply gold Leipzig cards. Now this is also based off of the marquee matchup for this week. So it'll only work until this marquee matchup is gone. So you've got about a week to use it. Right now, the lipstick cards are going for about 3,200. You can snipe them for 2,000 or less. I'm going to go ahead and set it at like 2,700 because I know that's profit right there if I was able to get a card for that. And Poulsen was the first thing that popped up there. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the first card that popped up. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of competition because it is a marquee matchup sniping filter, and it's not one of those overlooked sniping filters that you guys can find in our 2 episodes of 10 sniping filters. You guys can find those on the channel. Probably about a week ago is when I uploaded the first one, and then the second one was about 3 days ago. So 2 episodes of that for 20 sniping filters. Some of them still work, some of them don't, but the marquee matchups ones are very profitable when you do end up getting the snipes, and that's why I like using them. Even though it's a little bit more difficult, you're more likely to get banned from the market, but the profit is definitely there, and when you do get a snipe, it is a lot of profit. Okay, so we did get a Forsberg here for a little less than 1,000 coin profit, but I want to move on quickly to help you guys with as many tips as I possibly can squeeze into this video. And this is going to be marquee matchup predictions for next week. Now, we just received the marquee matchups for this week, and we're sniping and we're making profit, especially on these Hyundai A-League players. But why not prepare a little bit early for next week marquee matchups, which will drop around Tuesday, the 17th, I believe. So, we've got Wolverhampton versus Preston North End, and that's a possibility for a marquee matchup. You got Bristol City versus Leeds. Now, the reason I don't know if that one's going to be in it is because Leeds is, at this point, rivals with a lot of different teams. So, with a week like this, they're probably not going to put Leeds in the marquee matchups, but you never know. They could squeeze them in. We've had some pretty weird marquee matchups so far that were unexpected, so we could have, you know, several outside of this list as well. You've got Gladbach versus Leverkusen. That's a pretty big game in the Bundesliga. Inter versus Napoli is also a pretty big game in the Calcio, but Inter versus Napoli is also not like a derby or a huge rivalry either. You know, you've got Inter versus Milan, which is pretty big, and then Inter versus Juventus is pretty big. I wouldn't put Inter versus Napoli over top of those two, but it's still a very big game in Calcio or Serie A, that is. Then we've got Sevilla versus Valencia. I personally think that that's going to be in the marquee matchups. That's my first lock. I'm going to put that as my first lock. Everton versus Arsenal, and then Tottenham versus Liverpool. And before you guys are like, doesn't Manchester United play Liverpool? No, that's this weekend, and the marquee matchups for this weekend are already out. So it's for next week. This is going to be Tottenham versus Liverpool, the weekend of the games that are happening on like the 20th through the 22nd. So Tottenham versus Liverpool, that's a pretty big game, and considering Liverpool didn't make it into this week's marquee matchups, I can definitely see them being in next week's versus Tottenham, so I'm going to put that as a lock. I don't think that they're going to do 2 Premier League ones, so I don't see Everton versus Arsenal being in there, even though that's kind of a big rivalry. So you could either have Everton versus Arsenal or Tottenham versus Liverpool. One of the two. I don't think they'll do both, though. PSG versus Marseille is decently big in League 1, but I would say that PSG versus Monaco would be even bigger, considering Monaco won last year, and PSG is the front runner to win this year. Feyenoord versus Ajax has to be one. That's a huge game, the biggest game in the Eredivisie. I can't see that not making it into the marquee matchup. So, in total, Club Brugge versus Antwerp also there. I don't know much about that game. I don't know if it's a derby or anything. 2 more teams that I neglected to mention are Galatasaray versus Fenerbahce and Moscow versus Zenit. Those are also big possibilities to get marquee matchup. I personally think Galatasaray versus Fenerbahce will get into this marquee matchup. Moscow and Zenit maybe 50-50, along with a lot of the other ones that are kind of on the border. But if you guys spread it out and maybe choose 2 of them that you are really sure about them getting marquee matchups and just invest in those heavily, you can probably come out and get at least one of them right and make a lot of profit going into the marquee matchups. That's what I suggest you do in terms of investing. I wouldn't invest in every single team because then that's going to be kind of annoying for you guys to sell. Maybe invest in 2 different games and you might get one of the games right. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a big tip when it comes to icons. So, we're on Footbin right now, and if you guys don't know, on Footbin every year, or at least starting in FIFA 17, but they have it in FIFA 18 as well, you have this thing called Market, and it gives you an index of cards, which kind of gives you an idea for each individual sort of card, what they're going for, if they're up, if they're down in price. So it kind of gives you guys a very, very good idea on when to sell and when to buy. So you can go to index 100 here, and it will show you if the market is down at all, if it's up at all, what the lowest it's been recently, what the highest it's been recently, and you can kind of use that as a feel for when to buy, you know, every single week. So as you can see, on Tuesday, October 10th, which is today, it dropped down to about 104 at one point, but it's also been up to 109. If you look at the daily graph, you've got on the 8th, the market was way lower on Sunday rather than Tuesday. So that's why I always say sell Tuesday. You kind of put the pieces together now. on Sundays, it's a pretty good time to buy because weekend league's ending, you got squad battle rewards, prices are low. And then why I say sell on Tuesdays, because obviously they're up from what they were. You can also go down here. I don't think the market momentum thing is working yet for FIFA 18, but you can see the overall prices for cards. Now, this isn't 100% too useful because sometimes they just go down in price because they pick up some sort of card that's there for a snipe, and it just gets unlucky. So he might not actually be 24k. He might be like 30k, and that was just an outlier of a card at 24,000 coins, and it picked that up at what it's going for. But sometimes it is a really good tool to figure out which cards are going up, which cards are going down. So it's not only the index 100, but I like to use this for icons. So let's go ahead and get into kind of our first icon trading talk for this series. So icons, I'm going to tell you guys when is the best time to buy, when is the best time to sell every single week for icons. So if you take a look at the live graph for today, you can see it's kind of peaked at about 110, and it's kind of trowed at about 104. And actually right now, as we speak, it's about 103. So the lowest it's ever been is 100. The highest is inaccurate. That's obviously not the highest it's ever been, because the highest it's been today is 109. But if you guys take a look at the daily graph, you can go back to Sunday here and see that it was 99 on the graph, and it has only risen until Tuesday. Obviously, it's a little bit low right now, midday, I guess, but later at night, it should go back up to about 110. On Monday, it averaged around 107. So just the difference between Sunday and Monday is huge for buying and selling icons. You can also see which ones are higher, which ones are lower. It doesn't tell you exactly which version of the icon it is, but you can kind of guess what it, you can determine that by their price. So Hullet right now is the highest up in price. That's probably just simply because there's not very many Hullets on the market. Then Pele, same thing. Maldini, same thing. But then you've got Nesta here. It might be a good time to sell your guys' Nesta if you've got them. And then if you got Littman in, or don't have Littman in, it'd be a good time to buy Littman in, and definitely not a good time to sell Littman in because he's down 20% from what he averages and kind of settles at. So this is a really good tool, guys. It's called footbin.com. You can use this for your advantage. It also has ones to watches, any special cards in general, and anything you really need in terms of figuring out what cards are going for and how the market is doing, the market momentum. Hopefully that starts working as well. That's fun to watch. You can kind of tell overall when's a good time to buy and when's a good time to sell. I'll always tweet this out, though. If you follow me on Twitter, I'll have this on my Twitter a lot, kind of telling you guys how the market's doing. Icons are currently chilling around 300k coins on the market right now, and based off of the market index that we saw on Footbin, they were probably around 270 to 280k on Sunday. So Sunday is definitely the best time to buy icons, at least as far as the data goes for what we have right now. But when is the best time to sell icons? It's probably going to be on Thursday. Well, right now, Thursday for icons is kind of a big day because that's when the prime icons, SBCs, are projected to be released for a throwback Thursday, and that's why those cards are rising so much. So maybe on the, morning on Thursdays, maybe on nighttime on Wednesdays, you would want to dump your icons at least for the next few weeks until we know exactly what the requirements for these icon prime SBCs are, because right now, these icons, these low-rated icons, the baby version of the icons, are going from very cheap to very expensive on those days when the hype builds, and then we didn't see anything last week, so they kind of dropped back down. But they've been holding value, and until we know what those requirements are, you gotta sell into the hype because it's not worth taking a risk. This is definitely one of the things you don't want to take a risk going into. Sure, you could end up being right, but I feel like there's a low chance of you actually needing Peter Schmeichel to complete a Ronaldinho icon squad building challenge for his highest rated. I just can't see it happening. I'm editing it right now, and I just said that I couldn't see like a low-rated icon used in a Ronaldinho squad building challenge prime SBC for Throwback Thursday, and I kind of lied there. I could see it happening. I just think it's very unlikely for it to happen. That's kind of what I was going for there, but if you think about it, it's very early into the game. The full release hasn't even been out for 2 weeks yet. Do you really think that they're going to drop a squad building challenge that requires 1, 2, maybe 3 low-rated icons? That's still going to add up to about 1 million coins. I really doubt that they're going to do something like that this early in the game. I mentioned in the previous episode I was probably going to begin my selling today for a couple of cards. Now, one of them that I'm going to sell is Adon, because he was a really cheap goalkeeper in the Team of the Week too. He was going for about 12,000 coins, and that's what we got him for, and now he's up to almost 17,000. I'm going to list him for 16.5, get him to sell here, and take my profit and go, because tomorrow we're going to see another Team of the Week, which will be released by the time you guys actually watch this video, and there might be another really cheap, low rated, or maybe like 84 rated inform investment that we can make on like Wednesday and Thursday that we can get for cheaper than 16k, which is going to make this Adon card go down a little bit. So I'm going to definitely sell these guys for a little bit of profit. I held on to them not for very long, but we did make about 4k profit per card, and we actually made a lot more profit on the Adons earlier in a few episodes ago when we actually sold our first few Adons before reinvesting. So we've got a few more Adons here. I'm just going to list them all up for about the same price there, 16,750 on that last guy. And then the Stefanelli I'm going to be selling probably on Thursday. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm not sure if there's any Argentinian cheap informs that are projected to be in tomorrow's Team of the Week, but if there are, Stefanelli should still be in demand, and he has been going up in price. So if you guys invested in that Stefanelli, as I said earlier and in the previous video, Stefanelli has risen from 9.2k, and he's all the way up to 12,000 coins now, and he's not even out of packs yet. So right now, he is 13k, 13,250, and that's only been up for 10 seconds. Ridiculous profit we're about to make on the Stefanellis, it looks like. I'm also going to sell Fabianski here because Team of the Week 4 drops tomorrow. There could be a lower rated, lower priced inform from the Premier League, which would cause Fabianski to have a little bit less demand as we get closer to Player of the Month. So I think selling it right now is pretty safe. I've only got one of them. It's not a huge investment anyway. I'm going to go ahead and check what his price is because I actually have not checked it yet. And we should be making at least 5 to 10k profit on this card by now. I know I checked it at one point. He was like 23k. And right now, I was like, he is less than 23k now. He is not less than 23k. It looks like he's over 25k. He's over 26k. He is over 28,000 coins. So as we get closer to Team of the Week, he should rise if there's no other cheap informs. But right now, I'm just going to go ahead and sell for 28k. That's some pretty solid profit, especially if you guys got him back when he was discard price. Now, I've traded with a few Fabianskis already. If you guys have been watching from the beginning, you might remember that we were able to buy and sell a few Fabianskis between 11k and 18k, and we were making decent profit, but I decided to hold one of them for a while just to maximize my profit. And it looks like we're going to be able to do so by selling them for 28k here. Mine's not fresh, so it's not going to have any more value than the other cards there, but it should sell for 28k considering that is the cheapest one that is on the market now. So I've got my 3 Adons listed for about 16.5k. They might sell, I might have to relist, and then Fabianski should sell as well. Then when it comes to the other informs, Meunier, Brozovic, Fellaini, and Kane, and Stefanelli. They're all in the current Team of the Week 3 Team of the Week, which is still in packs until Wednesday, which is when this video goes up. So I'm going to hold those until at least Wednesday night. I probably am going to hold them till Thursday, but if there is a time where they start to peak, maybe start to rise a little bit into hype, then I will sell. I think since Kane will maybe win Player of the Month on Friday, it'll be announced very early in the morning on Friday, so like 11 a.m. for you guys in the UK. 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is normally when they announce who wins. It's between Kane and Aguero. I'm probably going to sell him Thursday night. No later than Thursday night for Kane. Fellaini, I might hold him for a lot longer. Brozovic and Meunier, I might sell into this weekend league hype. And then Stefanelli, it's the same thing with Kane because I got him for the Aguero hype. I'm going to be selling him on Thursday night. I just realized that I didn't do any sort of outro for this video, so here it is, and I don't even have the lights on because they're over there and I do not want to get up and turn them on. But if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to slap a like. Let's go for 700 likes on this video. That's the highest like goal we've set for an episode yet, but we had a lot of good information in this video. I think we can hit it, and also subscribe if you're new to the channel. I will be bringing out the ultimate Halloween trading guide very soon with all those Scream cards that we're expecting to come in the next couple weeks. Now, it's going to be discussing a lot, and it's going to take me a little while, so it might be out in a few days from now. Expect it by this weekend at the latest, though. So that's when it's going up. I hope you guys enjoyed your stay at the Elite Suite, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out!